M90 image, NASA, ESA, STSCI, and V. Reuben Carnegie Institution of Washington, DMAOZ Tel Aviv University, WISE Observatory and D. Fisher University of Maryland. NASA. Look up to the sky with the unaided eye and you'll see lots of specks and globs that look mostly like stars. On closer inspection, though, some of those dots refuse to resolve, smeared out on the night sky. Famed astronomer Charles Messier noticed these objects while studying comets. Indeed, they looked like comets standing still in the sky, according to NASA. He therefore called these imposters objects to avoid, and catalogued them in his list of 103 Messier objects. That list has since been expanded to 110. It's a good thing scientists didn't avoid the imposters, though. It turned out to contain some incredibly important astronomical objects, smeared out because they consisted of not one, but many stars. The first comet-looking thing, M1, was the now often Stuke Crab Nebula. His catalogue also included the Andromeda Galaxy M31, the pinwheel often used as a Milky Way lookalike M101 and the Whirlpool M51A. You, too, can spot many of these objects with an amateur telescope. The Hubble telescope has made spotting these objects simple, and has creating some breathtaking images along the way. That includes the Eagle Nebula, also called the Pillars of Creation or M16, perhaps the most famous nebula ever observed. Hubble has spotted 93 of these objects. They're not true color, since Hubble takes single-color images at a time. Usually, several observations at different wavelengths are combined, or colors are added during processing to squeeze out meaningful information. Hubble's added another 12 new images. You can take a look below and browse the rest here. M58 and M58 image, NASA, ESA, STSCI and DMAOZ Tel Aviv University, WISE Observatory. NASA M58 sits between the Virgo and Leo constellations, near the star Arcturus. At 62 million light-years away, it's the most distant object Messier spotted, according to NASA. It's got a large ring inside where there's lots of star formation going on. M59 image, NASA, ESA, STSCI, and WEF Sterwak Leiden and P. Cote Dominion Astrophysical Observatory. NASA. Right next to M58 is M59, an enormous elliptical. It's around 60 million light-years away, according to NASA, and its inner core rotates the opposite direction as the rest of the object. Astronomer Johann Gottfried Keule first spotted it in 1779. It's also proof that, well, not every is cool-looking. M62 image, NASA, ESA, STSCI, and S. Anderson University of Washington and J. Channing Pontificia Universidad Católica de Chile. NASA M62 is a globular cluster around 22,500 light-years away. Rather than a hole, it's almost a miniature inside the Milky Way made up of at least 150,000 stars packed together. It has its own black hole and can be spotted near the star Antares, between the constellations Scorpius and Ophiuchus. M75 image, NASA, ESA, STSCI, and GPOTO Università degli Studi di Padova and Enoyola Max Planck Institute für Extraterrestrische Physik. NASA M75 is another globular cluster, located 67,500 light-years away to the west of Sagittarius. You can spot it with binoculars, but its stars are so closely packed that it looks like a star itself without a telescope. It, too, may contain its own black hole. M86 image, NASA, ESA, STSCI, and S. Faber University of California, Santa Cruz and P. Cote Dominion Astrophysical Observatory. NASA M86 is another elliptical lenticular, located 52 million light-years away. It's also located in the Virgo cluster, a selection of galaxies between Virgo and Leo. M88 image, NASA, ESA, STSCI and M. Stiavelli STSCI. NASA M88 is a spiral also located in the Virgo cluster. As NASA reports, Messier discovered it alongside 8 other objects in 1781. It's 47 million light-years away and has an active galactic nucleus, an extremely bright emission from its center. M89 image, NASA, ESA, STSCI, and M. Franks Universität Leiden and S. Faber University of California, Santa Cruz. NASA M89 is a nearly perfectly circular elliptical in the Virgo cluster, 50 million light-years away. M90 image, NASA, ESA, STSCI, and V. Reuben Carnegie Institution of Washington, DMAOZ Tel Aviv University, WISE Observatory and E. Fisher University of Maryland. NASA M90 is another spiral in the Virgard cluster, 59 million light-years away. Scientists think it's slowly turning into an lenticular, the halfway point between elliptical and spiral galaxies, as it ages. M95 image, NASA, ESA, STSCI, and DeKalb University of Massachusetts, Amherst and Archandra University of Toledo. NASA M95 is a barred spiral located just below the constellation Leo. It's of younger, blue stars. M98 image, NASA, ESA, STSCI and V. Reuben Carnegie Institution of Washington. NASA M98 is a spiral in the Virgard cluster located 44 million light-years away. M108, the surfboard Galaxy 108 image, NASA, ESA, STSCI and G. Illingworth University of California, Santa Cruz. NASA M108 is located in the Big Dipper, 46 million light-years away. Messier's friend Pierre Méchain discovered the object in 1781, but the object's wasn't added to the catalogue until 1953. The object looks like a barred spiral, but since we can only see it head-on, it's hard to tell whether it has spiral arms or not. M110 image, NASA, ESA, STSCI and D. Geisler Universidad de Concepción. NASA M110 is a satellite orbiting the nearby Andromeda Galaxy. It's a small elliptical